Hello, my friend. Welcome to Coffee Chat with Angie. I'm so glad that you are here. Oh my goodness, happy Friday. Yay for Friday, right? So I want to ask you, do you feel like you are the only person that is struggling with overwhelm? Like you're drowning in laundry, you're trying to figure out how to get kids to and from different places, you have no idea what's for dinner tonight. And then to top it all off, you have a work deadline that you have no idea how you're going to meet. And you also want to spend quality time with your family. Let me tell you, you are not alone at all. I have been holding one-on-one market research. I don't know what you want to call them. They're not really interviews. I'm sorry, my dog is going nuts because he's behind me and he doesn't want to be in there. So, but anyways, I have been holding one-on-one market research calls, and what I have been finding is that I shouldn't say every single person, most people felt like they were the only ones that were struggling with, I don't want to say overwhelm, because I feel like they each knew that every person has some overwhelm, but they were they were the only ones struggling with it to the level that they were. And because almost every single one I talked to felt this way, I know that the majority of people feel that way. So let's dive into that a little bit today. My name is Angie. I am a personal strategy coach. I help driven working moms create rock solid systems at home so dinner isn't a last minute scramble, kids' logistics aren't chaos, and self-care isn't an afterthought. Instead of guilt and exhaustion, you can finally feel present, energized, and in control of the life that you are building, while also having time for yourself. If you are here joining me live today, please say hi in the comments. I would love to know that you're here. And if you are catching the replay, please comment #replay. I would also love to know that you are here. And let me know, are you enjoying something? Are you watching this in the morning, or afternoon, evening, while you're getting kids ready for bed, or maybe you're getting ready for bed? I would love to know what your favorite beverage was today. I am sitting here with a warm cup of coffee. It again is a Christmas coffee, and I think it's called mistletoe mocha. It has chocolate in it, so you know it's got to be good, right? So, all right, so let's dive into this a little bit. We tend to believe the myth that everyone has it together except for us, and that is so far from the truth. When honestly, the things that we see, whether it's from our friends or someone we run into in the store and just say hi casually, or things that are posted on social media, it always seems upbeat, which, you know what? I'm kind of a fan of that because I don't necessarily want to get into a negative space, right? But on the flip side of that, it can make us feel very alone. Like no one else struggles with how to travel kids all over the place, or how to figure out what's for dinner when you get done working at 5 and you're not even home with the kids until 6. It's something that everyone struggles with, but nobody really talks about. And so I want to let you know that you are not alone. And you know what? Overwhelm is not a personal failure. It's truly not. It's a sign that you are doing a lot, and you're often doing it without the supports or systems or strategies that you need. So when we constantly make decisions and we don't have the support systems in place that we need to have, and whether that's people or structural things like a strategy in place for doing something, and we have unrealistic expectations, right? We think we can do it all, which we truly can. We truly can do it all, but we just can't do it all at once, right? But when we have all of those unrealistic expectations and we have the support systems not in place, that leads to a ton of mental clutter. And much like physical clutter, mental clutter makes us feel overwhelmed and exhausted. It's just when you walk into your home and it's just really a hot mess, or what you feel is a hot mess, it makes us feel overwhelmed. We just feel like, oh man, it's not like homey and welcoming. It's stressful to walk into it, right? And so when our headspace is filled with all this mental clutter, it is overwhelming and it is stressful. So we often think that if we just organize this, then we'll be okay. Or, you know what, if I had time to do X, Y, and Z, then I would be golden. It wouldn't be an issue anymore. But in reality, you have organized that thing. You have done X, Y, and Z previously, maybe 6 months ago, and something else now is filling that spot. So what happens is we have 24 hours in a day. That is never going to change. We can never add more. And we often feel like the more we add, the more time we should have. And so we know that since we can't add more time, we have to adjust the things that we're doing and put the things that we feel are more important first and navigate from there. So let's talk a little bit about this, because it's not about adding more, it's about doing things strategically. So here are some things that you can do to be a little bit more strategic to help with the overwhelm. First of all, create a plan. And I don't care what this looks like, it's going to look different to every single person, but your plan can be done the day before for the next day, and done one day at a time. And you take 15 minutes and you just figure out the logistics of the day. Who is picking up the kids? Who is bringing the kids? Is it you? Is it your husband? Is it a friend? Is it someone on their soccer team? How are kids getting to and from the places that they need to get to? What's for dinner? Maybe one of the things that you have to figure out is you need to work late to work on a project, and how is that going to all happen with the kids, because you typically pick them up? How is that going to look a little bit different? And the reason planning ahead of time is super supportive is because a lot of times we get to noon on the day that the kids need to get picked up from school or from an activity, and you're like, oh shoot, I forgot that they had soccer tonight, and now I have 2 kids to pick up at the same time. My husband is working late and grandma's not available, and I have no idea how it's going to happen. What happens when you plan ahead of time is you are not in reactive mode at the last minute. You're not thinking then from noon until 3 how to make things work, how to like pop on the phone while you're at work to make a phone call to somebody to see if they can grab the kids. So that is going to take away a lot of the overwhelm, a lot of the mental clutter, when you know how your day is going to flow on paper tomorrow. You can also do this a week ahead of time. So maybe dinner is really exhausting for you and it's always stressful getting to noon and being like, what should we have for dinner? What's in the fridge? I don't know what we have in the fridge. I think we need this. And then you run to the store and you really didn't need that, or you forgot something you really did need. And it's all, again, a reactive mode. Instead, if you look at your week and you're saying, I'm just going to make 2 meals. I'm going to double batch them, and these are the ingredients that we need. We're good to go. And you can go ahead and be prepared. So create a plan. The other thing to remember to add into that plan is a little bit of buffer time. Oftentimes throughout the day, throughout the week for sure, things get added in that you're not expecting. Maybe a child is not feeling good and you have to go to urgent care. Or maybe you forgot that you had to grab a birthday present for one of your kids to go to a birthday party. And when you have that buffer time, it takes out that stress. Now, if you don't use that buffer time, you can use it for whatever you'd like, whether it's checking off an item on a list that you have going that you want to complete. Maybe it's you taking time for you and going for a walk around the block, or taking a bath, or reading a book. Whatever it is, you will have a little bit extra time where you're not stressing. So that's the first thing, is to create a plan. Another thing that you can do is to tie simple routines into consistent events. And what I mean by that is taking something that you already do on a regular basis and then adding something that you want to, either like a new habit you're creating or something that you want to learn to be better at. Attach that to the thing that you're already doing. And what happens with that is then your brain is not constantly thinking, when am I going to do this? When am I going to do this? Let me give you an example. Say you really want to get better at washing and moisturizing your face at night. You're pretty good in the morning when you get up. You have a system down, but at night, you're tired. It's a struggle. And so you're thinking, okay, what can I tie it to that I'm going to do that I can go ahead and just know that this is going to happen right after or right before? And one of the things that I have found works for several people is, you know that you're going to be walking in the door at some point in time of the day for the last time. You're not going to be leaving after you walk in the door at this point in time. Now, that could be right after work at 6 o'clock is the last time you come home. One day. But the next day it might be 8. And the next day it might be 10. Whatever time it is, when you walk in that door for the last time that day, just head to the bathroom, wash and moisturize your face, and you're done. So what that is going to do is, one, it's going to trigger your brain, hey, I walked in the door, this is what I do next. And so you'll be able to be more consistent with that thing that you want to do. The other thing it's going to do is you are not going to constantly be thinking throughout the day, shoot, I should go wash my face now. No, I'm going to start dinner first and then I'm going to do it. Oh, shoot, now I should go wash my face. Oh, Susie has a question with her homework. I'm going to help her and then I'll do it. Oh, I got to throw in a load of laundry. Oh, I just sat down for 5 minutes. Now I'm too exhausted. I'm just going to go right to bed. And if your day looks like that, what happens is you're constantly thinking about, when am I going to wash my face? When am I going to do a load of laundry? When am I going to pick up the house? And that leads to a ton of decision fatigue. You're thinking about it all day long, but never acting upon it. And it needs to be let go. So figure out something that you can attach it to and go ahead and make it happen. Another example would be is if you really want to start getting the house picked up, it could be after dinner, you set a 10-minute timer and the entire family pitches in for 10 minutes cleaning up the house. It could be that they clean up their own things. It could be that everyone has assigned jobs. Maybe one kid puts the leftovers away and cleans up the dishes. Maybe another kid starts a load of laundry. Maybe another kid dusts. Maybe another kid picks up the living room. Whatever it is, you can have 10 minutes can accomplish a ton of things. Make it fun. Put on some fun, upbeat music. Maybe there's a prize for someone that achieves whatever. And it doesn't have to be food. It doesn't have to be money. Maybe they get to pick out the book that gets read that night. Whatever it happens to be, or maybe they get shotgun the next morning, or maybe they get to pick what you guys get to do over the weekend, what park you get to go to. It can be so many different things, but it can get everyone involved and create those routines that are consistent where you don't have to think about it and you don't have that decision fatigue. Another thing is to pick one area to implement a strategy to. So you've heard several things. You've heard, washing and moisturizing your face as soon as you get home. You've heard 10-minute pickup time after dinner. You've heard, maybe like making 2 meals a day and double batching them, or two meals a week and double batching them. Or it could be you're grocery shopping once a week instead of sporadically whenever you feel like you need to. You just consistently are going once a week. That is a lot to add to your plate all at one time. All of it may be really good ideas and they may work really well for you, but only pick one thing to start with. If you add too many, that is going to be what adds to overwhelm. And there's two different categories I suggest you pick from. One is either the most stressful area. So if you are thinking about your life and you're like, dinner is the most stressful, then tackle something within dinner. Maybe it is having a consistent day to go shopping. Maybe it is just having 2 meals that you're making a week and knowing the items are in your fridge. Maybe it's just adding some recipes to your repertoire where you know what to cook. That's where I had to start. I had no idea what to make. So I was like, I'm just going to go through Pinterest and ask friends and figure out meals that I can make to start with. But pick one thing. If it seems like every single day kids are forgotten about, and not really forgotten about, I say that in the nicest way. I am a mom as well, so I absolutely know how it happens. But if you're constantly trying to figure out how to get kids to and from in a timely manner, and they're either picked up late or dropped off late, and it's just stressful because you're thinking about it 24/7, maybe that's where you start. Whatever area stresses you out the most is one of the places you can start. Now, if you're thinking about that area and you're like, wow, that's overwhelming, I don't even know where to start, then start with something that is going to be a good, simple win for you. Something that you can tackle that really is going to be easy, but it's been thought about all of the time and you just know you just need to do it. That could be, maybe there's a junk drawer that everything goes in and you go in there every single day to take out a pen, and every single day you open that drawer and it explodes and you have to shove everything back in there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna clean this out tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and the same thing, you grab a pen, you shove everything back in there, I really need to clean this out tomorrow. And it just never happens. That, again, is decision fatigue. It's all of those things that are creating that mental clutter that we're like, this needs to get done, and it never gets done because you don't set aside the time to do it. And that can be a quick win. That could be a 30-minute project. You know that 50% of the stuff is going to go in the garbage, and the rest of the things that don't belong in that drawer, you know where the home is for them. You just have to bring it there. So that could be something that is a simple win, makes you just feel like you've accomplished something, and also just gives you that sigh of relief. Every time you open that drawer now, you're just like, oh, this is a beautiful drawer. That's how you know that you've become an adult, is when you open the junk drawer and you're like, oh, this is a masterpiece, right? So go ahead and just pick one thing to do. And remember, you are not alone, my friend. You are truly not alone. Others are going through the exact same thing that you are. And maybe ask your friend, hey, how do you navigate getting laundry done? It feels like I'm doing it 24/7. Do you have some kind of a system? And maybe they can share with you what their system is, and you can pick out little bits and pieces from your friends of what works for them and implement that into your life as well. If you find this information very helpful, I'm going to put in the comments a link to an email that I send out once a week. The email has actionable things that you can do for the week that moves you forward in creating some peace or some calm in your life from maybe an area that is chaotic. And they're simple steps. They're not overwhelming. They're not going to cause your head to be more chaotic. I try really hard to give you things that are very tangible and very easy to implement, as well as the email's encouraging, it's uplifting, it's supporting you in creating a life that you desire. So that will be in the comments. Check that out. I would love for you to join the email. It only gets sent once a week. I don't bombard you with anything other than one email a week, my friend. All right, I will see you next time.